Hey fast fellas, SpeeDMan here. Welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Civilization 6 playing as Shaka. So, we have ourselves a pretty interesting start, as you're going to see in a moment here, but we are going to go for a sub turn 200 victory. And, yeah, this is cursed. Yep. So that happened. But I don't know exactly how to go for it, so I'm going to try to go here and see if maybe see if that does anything. Well, now that I have a city here, at least, it's a decent spot, but I'm gonna go for animal husbandry early. I want to see if I get lucky and get a spawn, potentially. Oh my god, that's a... Woohoo! I didn't think they were actually gonna move there. Okay. Um, I moved to the side just because I couldn't... You can't capture if there's another unit of a different kind already there. I tried to see if I could capture it, and apparently you cannot. So, well, as it turns out, I have one faith now. Well, we have ourselves a settler now, so I didn't think that was going to go as well as it did, but I'm glad that it did. I'm just a little surprised. Okay, that could be problematic. Okay, so let's finish up animal husbandry, and then we're immediately going to go into astrology. That way we have that, so we can immediately get focused on an early holy site. If we can get an early religion and get crusades, we could potentially get a nice boost to our combat strength. Okay, we met Mohenjo-Daro. Your cities have full housing from water as if they're all next to a river. That actually could be kind of game-changing, because I could plug a money into that and get full water, which means I can settle pretty much anywhere I want. And that's going to be a giant advantage. You know what? That's disgustingly good.
That is best, man.
There we go. And we are going to focus on production. We're going to take discipline. It's just... Sorry, buddy. I gotta do it. If I see an opportunity, I am going to go for the opportunity. Now, that scout is going to be a problem. So I need to basically worm my way around here, stay friendly enough to not have a war come on, and then basically use that as a means to get that settler out there. So I've got 10 turns of not so much fun to figure out how I can get through this. Few turns left until the war is over. I've basically effectively gotten myself through this, so I'm immediately going to have backup forces get over here. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to start making my way across. We've secured a normal age, which is good, of course. Heal that unit up. And make peace now. I don't need to worry about war because we basically got a free settler out of it, so that kind of works out. We've gotten 2 free settlers in the early game. That's kind of huge. I gotta do a little bit of thinking. So I would say, since we have ourselves a warrior now, what we could do is, honestly, I would like to get a builder. All right, so we have a few spots here kind of set out. What we're going to do is focus on settling here, and then we will immediately try to set up more population so we can get settled up here eventually. Assuming that city gets taken down, what that's going to do is, because of that, if it gets destroyed and razed completely, that could be actually really, really good for us. We know he's working on Edamananki, so that's going to basically be destroyed for that. So he's not going to be able to build that as fast, so somebody else is going to build it. We just don't honestly have enough marshes here to even justify the idea. Yeah, we have a couple here and there, but honestly, it just isn't a viable option. What we are going to do is, because this stuff is taken care of, we're going to go ahead and start looking into developing some of our other facets of our military. If I keep discipline on, I'm only going to keep it on until we have a better military card. Urban planning, pretty much good all around, so I don't really need don't really need the stuff. The rest of this is all pretty much good. We have foreign trade. We're going to be working on early empire pretty soon here, so we can expand even faster with our
When
settler
you find
push.
yourself in a hole,
We met Hammurabi. He's up north. Good to know. So we need to do quite a bit more expansion here and expand amongst this area. Hammurabi is going to be a problem because if we allow him to expand freely, he's going to skyrocket through the tech tree very fast. He already has iron. Yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah, we can see she has a small military. Enough to be a problem, but honestly, a lot of this can quite easily be taken down. So, especially with Hercules. Hercules, we can see here, can do some nice damage. And as we whittle the military forces down, like basically we'll just have a couple units fortify so they can tank hits from other opponents. And then we'll just kind of just blast away at them. So that'll be a really good opportunity for us. Then once we try to go for their capital and take their capital, then we can start working on other cities. Because again, we want to start providing ourselves a pretty good boost to our overall tempo. So this will be good. We want to defend this area. Again, it's not very good defensively speaking. It's got negative defense modifiers, but because they have to cross a river, they're going to actually lose a little combat strength. And as long as we defend and fortify it, we're actually going to be pretty much okay. So it's not actually as bad as it looks. There we go. Take the capital. A lot of things boosted. Loyalty is not going to be too much of a problem because what we could do is now we could see here that that city is losing loyalty. So immediately we're getting a massive amount of extra tempo out of this. So our goal now is we're going to go ahead and take Victor and we're going to plug you into Sparta so we can confirm loyalty. We don't need to worry about loyalty in the capital city. That is excellent. That way we can move units out of it. We can heal up a little bit. Okay, this can work. Basically 3 turns from now, I'm going to be getting an envoy. I'm going to plug that envoy into here, which is going to neutralize suzerainty here. She loses her eastern military here. There's 5 military units here that she has otherwise. All she basically will have are just a few units in the west here, which are already being kind of worked down by some barbarians. And then we basically will have a really, really good position, and it's pretty much free. We'll take Aerostorm, because we're going to see that we could do way more damage. Another 7 damage on top of what we could do is a disgustingly good thing to have. And then we go to Mercenaries. And so we're going to see that our tempo is going to start getting better as we take more away from the opponents. We can take Discipline off. We can now go ahead and make a push with this. That's a good one for us to have. We can retain Urban Planning, because that's always a good card for us to have. We don't really need to worry about Revelation. But this position is very, very strong. And then we'll go all the way down to Crusade. There's a religion. Guaranteed ourselves a pretty solid golden age for the next era. That is big. And then we're going to go ahead and take the quarry. And then we're going to sell this off to the AI. So we can see here, pretty solid value. Okay, now that we have another governor title, I need to think about like where we can slot it. Because we're getting to a stage of the game where honestly, while I would like to get Sanguine Pact, honestly, it might be kind of too late to get a decent set of vampires going. So I might have to think about other options. Like I'm going to go ahead and just do Owls of Minerva now. Because then we could take like Corvée, for example, and develop our wonder building a little bit more. So that's down to, yeah, 11 turns. That's good. Just going to make things easier, honestly. Our economy is a bit weak, so that is a good way for us to start strengthening that just by a little bit. What we're going to do next is we are going to take a look at some decent swordsmen. That is going to be a solid option for us to consider as well. All right, we've got to get 23 era score to get a normal age, so we're going to have our work cut out for us, but we can pull it off. First things first, oligarchy. 100% first thing we want to be doing, always. The next thing we want to do is we kind of start thinking about what we have available. So we do have our 2 main economic slots that we've kind of wanted. So we're pretty much good there. What we could do is we could start going for scientist points. So let's go back and kind of take a look here. So if we see here, honestly, not very many people have taken much. So a couple scientist points honestly could give us a nice boost ahead of the AI. So that's something we could do. Again, getting some scientist points will allow us to get some potential stuff in. Potentially, we can actually get some really good benefits out of it. So that is something we can consider, especially if it's one that's going to give us boosts for a few things. Those boosts could save us quite a few turns. I'm going to go ahead and actually just buy a trader and then send that trader out from this position, probably to our capital, so at least we have some decent rotation available to us. The easier it is for us to rotate and move around, the easier it'll be for us to really make a push for some specific things to happen. So go here, take that. Athens, here we go. Not very well defended, is it? And it's not. So we're going to go ahead and just hold these units off. Oh, that's awesome. They rotated them over. That went over here, so that's fine. I can go ahead and super heavily weaken that. I can kill that. This is good. This is good. We can move over here. It's only turn 56, and we're doing pretty well. We are a little behind tempo, like I would want to be able to get another city, but this city is definitely converting in our favor, and we're going to be getting our push here started for this next city. So let's immediately make our way over here, and let's get started on attacking it. Looks like another small city there. All right, 3 turns away from our working, then we can actually really start doing some proper damage.
I sprang upon the
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Good, good, good. We finally have that. We can now focus on Holy Site prayers. We need to spread our religion immediately. Otherwise, it's going to get totally taken over by Judaism, which will basically kill the whole point of what we're trying to do. So we're going to need to deal with that. Ancient walls. Okay, so I see the game plan now. 2 turns from now, we're going to be buying our first battering ram. That's going to cost 260 gold, so we are going to need to make sure we save up and get some things set up for that. So let's see who can buy some of our resources. There we go. A little bit closer, and next turn and that turn after that, we could sell some stuff off and then buy our first one. Move over here. We can start getting to a better position. Immediately, just heavy, heavy damage output on that. That way, there's less of a risk for that. We do have the Warlord's Throne, so we can now take this down. So, there we go, and boom. Good kill right there. Excellent. We will just simply transition Victor over. And then, since we already have positive loyalty, we're going to go ahead and bring Bengala over as well to Sparta. So that way, eventually when I can take Athens, I will move over to Athens, and then we will have a pretty good setup. Like, that campus is a +10 campus. Holy moly. Yeah, we could get a lot of science out of that. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun doing this series. We have made some substantial progress here. So it's turn 71. We've got 6 cities now, and we're going to be getting fairly soon another city here. This will help our science output as well. Our military is one of the primary militaries in the game, so we are growing fairly well. Just need to expand to some more cities. Just make sure our overall empire push is developing the way we want it. But I'm really quite excited with this position and with what we're doing for this war. We are really growing quite well, and we should be able to make some more progress for the sub-turn 200 gauntlet run. So, that being said, if you enjoyed watching this video, I'd like to ask you to hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. SpeeDMan out.